Today, I made over $3,400 day trading gold, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exact trades I took and my 1 minute kill shot that has proven to work over and over and over again. I'm very excited. Our goal this month is to get $500 payout from each of our accounts. We have a total of 10 accounts, and now our accounts are officially in profit. We've taken our accounts from red to green today with the profits we made. So let's get into the trades. We're going to first start off with the trades we took on gold. Those are the only trades we were able to take today during the Asia session last night and New York session today. All right, so currently on my screen, you see gold. MGC is the micro contract for gold futures, and that's what I was trading today. We took a total of 3 trades, 1 during Asia session and 2 during New York session. All right, so here, let's break down my Asia session trade, which is right in this area, these execution arrows you see on the screen. Let's break down why I went long. It wasn't a great trade, like it didn't give us a beautiful move, but it's also Asia session, so I wasn't expecting too much from it. But here's my thought process behind why I went long. So on the hour time frame, you have this impulse range. As soon as I saw Asia have the massive push down, we hit into discount of this small 1 hour range. So now when I go down to the 15-minute time frame, I see that there are some lows here to my left, some equal lows that are pretty close to each other, and that price ended up tapping into and getting a large rejection off of. So when I go down the 5-minute time frame, this is our 1 hour range, this impulse range that broke structure to the upside into this H1 fair value gap. 5-minute time frame down here, as we zoom in here, this is our trade. You see that this 5-minute candle, the 2100 candle Eastern Standard Time, wicked well above not only this low, but it also wicked below this low. And when you look left, price is bouncing off these 15-minute lows and wicking off of those. So a good liquidity sweep here, and all I was doing was targeting 5-minute external range liquidity and 5-minute internal range liquidity. There's a fair value gap right here. So when we go down to the 1-minute time frame, so now when we go down into the 1-minute time frame, you know what I like to look for. As soon as I get a 1-minute inverse fair value gap after the 5-minute liquidity sweeps at important areas, I go long, right? So this one was a bullish inversion. We had the bullish inversion right here, right there on that candle. The next candle I market bought, stop loss goes to the bottom of that liquidity sweep, and then we have targets at external range liquidity. 1-minute external range liquidity, 5-minute external range liquidity, and then I had my last contract was a trailing stop loss that ended up getting stopped out at this candle over here to our right. So that trade was excellent. We made over $2,000 across all of our accounts on this gold trade. Really good. And by the time I'm done going over all the trades, I'll show you my entire P&L for the day, including Asia and New York session. So now let's go over to the New York session. The New York session today, I saw right around market open, right after we had a big move up on gold, right after market opened. We had read for the news also today. So I saw that gold had created a new impulse range on the 15-minute time frame, right? And you guys know how much I love my premium and discount. So everything above this impulse range, above the 50% line, is premium, and everything below in this blue area is discount. So for me, I was waiting for price to either give me something up here to go short in premium, or to give me something down here in discount in this 15-minute impulse range that I could go long. And so we were able to go long today on our gold position during New York session, and let me break it down. So as you can see, this is where some of the liquidity sweeps happened. The first trade I completely botched. Okay, I completely missed it. I was kind of running around this morning and driving back, and I saw that there was a 5-minute liquidity sweep right here just before we hit discount. But we also had this major leg up on the 5-minute time frame that I was like, okay, maybe it's not going to go all the way down to discount here, but maybe this is where it bounced and gives us a nice move. And it did, but I was late to it, so I tried to catch the move later, and that bit me in the butt. I should have just ignored it because the setup was down here, and I bought up all the way up here after this setup would have already hit a couple TPs. So that was a stupid thing on my part. I should have never taken this trade. Nice thing is it didn't take away too much of the profit we already secured. I think it took away like $70 per account. But we were already up well above that for our Asia session trade. So we're still green for the day. Now, the trade that really played out well was this long here. Now, officially over here, this 14:15 candle Eastern Standard Time officially tapped in to discount of our range. If you see the wick here, it barely taps into the discount of this range. And that wasn't my entry signal. I waited for this 1425 candle to sweep the liquidity below the hand, right? You can see over to our left, we have all these lows, and price came down, swept them, failed to displace through it, again failing to displace through it, and then this one giving us a nice rejection wick. And now when you go down to the 1 minute time frame, as you know, I love to go down to the 1 minute time frame and look for those inverse fair value gaps, which is my 1 minute kill shot. We got a bullish inverse fair value gap right here, and we market bought right after the 5 minute candle closed. So I didn't do it right as the inversion happened. I waited for that 5 minute candle to close, and that's as soon as I executed the trade. And that trade performed very well. We took a TP here. We took a TP here at low hanging fruit, which was this 1 minute external range liquidity. TP right here. And then we also took a TP up at this external range liquidity, which was 5 minute external range liquidity. We took a TP up there. And then our last TP was a trailing stop loss, and I saw that momentum was starting to slow and we're getting really close to the market close. I was like, okay, I kind of want to just get out of this trade. So I put trailing stop loss right about to these 1 minute lows, and we got stopped out on this 15:37 a.m. candle. Now, after all those trades during Asia and New York session, this is our P&L for the day. We were able to make over $3,000 today on our accounts. I'm very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with this P&L. And we are officially green in all of our accounts. Our Tops Up account and Apex account starting out 2026 off strong. So I'm really stoked that we are green for the week. I was kind of nervous. I was like, dang, are we going to start the year off red? But I'm glad that we were able to push through and get in the green on all of our accounts. Now let's get into the New York session Bitcoin trades we ended up taking this morning. Don't forget, we live stream every single day at market open at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You got to watch it. We take all these trades live. I hope you can join us tomorrow morning. Today on Bitcoin, we ended up taking a total of 4 trades, which is more than I'm actually supposed to take in a day. So I did technically break a rule, but one of the trades that we did was basically break even. So I kind of just wiped it as a trade because I saw the setup that I've been waiting for happen. And so I was like, okay, I'll take that 4th trade and this will be the last one of the day. And I'm so thankful I did because the 1 minute kill shots had a really good setup and I wanted to execute and not think about it, not overthink it. And it played out very nicely for us today. So let's first start off with this first trade over here. This was our first winning trade of the day. And as you can see, it was a really, really good trade. Let me show you what happened here. So at market open, I knew Bitcoin had these impulse ranges here. Bitcoin had this bearish range. Price came back up into premium of this range, then fell down again. So I was watching. I was like, okay, clearly Bitcoin wants to be bearish. Like it's not. I don't see anything that's telling me to go bullish. And I looked at market open, which is right around here. We have this impulse range to the downside. That price broke below these lows to the left here and gave me a new impulse range with a 15-minute fair value gap and 5-minute fair value gap overlapping each other. So when I came down into the lower time frames, the 5-minute market open happened right in these lows here and price pushed up. But look what happened. We created a very large wick here, which wasn't my entry signal. The entry signal was this 9:55 a.m. candle that wicked way well above this high. Now I have confirmation we have a 5-minute liquidity sweep. And our next confirmation, well, we have a 5-minute liquidity sweep. We're in a premium of a range. And now we need our last thing, which is our inverse fair value gap. So when we go down the 1 minute time frame, we got a inverse fair value gap. And we didn't even sit in drawdown for this trade at all. It just shot down to our TPs. We had a TP down at this 5-minute external range liquidity, and we had a lot more TPs throughout this. We ended up taking like 4 or 5 at like 4-hour lows, 4-hour fair value gaps, day fair value gaps, so on and so forth. We were taking TPs off all the way down here and having a trailing stop follow right up into this high. So we ended up making on this specific trade, the first trade of the day, $103.58, which that trade alone puts us in the green for the week of all the other trades. Now we had 2 more winning trades that I got to go over with you guys. So again, now I know that Bitcoin wants to be bearish. It's clearly bearish. It's showing its hand, and it doesn't want to change that bias anytime soon. So I know I want to go bearish I know I want to go short on more trades if I can, but if it does show a long opportunity, I will take that for a little retracement if it decides to start to retrace. Down here, you can see that price on these 5-minute candles started to reject these lows. Now, I took one trade, this trade right here, same thing, 5-minute super liquidity. We're in discount of this range, right? In this range, impulse range, we're in discount. And we look for that inverse fair value gap to hopefully target, you know, this 5-minute fair value gap or this 5-minute external range liquidity. Instead, we did get stopped out. But immediately after that, the next candle stopped us out, but it left a extremely large wick below all these lows that you can see here with this green line. Now, this trade I saw pushing up, and it left a very large wick above these highs inside this 5-minute fair value gap. So as soon as I saw that it left a large wick, I dropped down to the 1-minute time frame and I waited for this inverse fair value gap, and it came right there. I immediately closed my long, leaving me about $11.52 of profit. So it was basically break even. So that first loss too, that big loss I took was $53.45. That was this trade right here that got stopped out. Immediately I saw that there was a large wick left behind on the 5-minute time frame right here on the, above these highs, and then we had a big push down. I went to the 1-minute time frame, and I noticed that if you look right here, there's that inverse fair value gap to the downside here. I immediately market sold on Bitcoin, stop loss went to this high, and price just fell to my TPs. It was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. I knew Bitcoin was bearish for the day, and so we're able to get a 1-minute kill shot set up to the downside. We're able to target all these 5-minute equal lows, and then we're able to even target more equal lows to the left here on higher time frames. This trade ended up making us $154.87, which was a killer trade opportunity. We ended up making over $200 on the day. Just day trading Bitcoin on our live account on BloFin. And if you'd like to copy trade us, you would have taken every single one of these trades, and you would also be green this week. If you copy traded us, go to BloFin, use code Maniac when you sign up. Link is down below in the description, and copy trade Maniac trades. I'd love to have you there. So those are all the trades we took from last night's Asia session, which was Tuesday, to today's New York AM session, which was Wednesday the 7th. And we were able to end the day over $3,400. And we are green for the week. I'm stoked to be green during the first week of 2026. And I'm hoping we can keep this momentum up and we can get some nice payouts by the end of January. Make sure you like this video, comment what you're liking, what content you would like to see, and subscribe so you never miss one of these videos that we create.